Okay, so now I'm going to show you my works in progress. I do have crochet works in progress, but I'm not going to show them because they haven't progressed for the last time I showed you, and I definitely showed them. So I haven't done anything. So what I want to get back to is my son-in-law's blanket. So Ryan is not watching, but if Juliana's watching, hi Juliana, and Caroline, and who else will be watching? Hayden and Rebecca. So they'll all be watching. Um, they like to support their mummy and their gran. And Fitzy, I must sound crazy when I come on here and I'm saying hello to people, but they all like me to do it. And Fitzy watches, and I've shared a video, go into my shorts, and you'll see Fitzy. He likes to watch me as well. I don't know if it's this channel, Mother channel, doesn't matter. I'll link Mother channel as well. Anyway, so now my dog, because I said Fitzy's name, he now thinks Fitzy's here. Fitzy's not here. He's not here. Right, works in progress. So like I say, I am doing a crochet blanket for my son-in-law. Haven't progressed in that. That was for his birthday. Was it last year? And then I was like, oh, try and finish it for this year. And it's so straightforward. It's just I got caught up doing other things. And then when I start doing it, I do loads of it. And then nothing else is getting done, which doesn't really matter, I suppose. But anyway, I'll start doing it. I should bring it back downstairs. I took it up the stairs because I thought, right, when I go up to bed at night, rather than knit, I will crochet, and I'll crochet Ryan's blanket. Anyway. So, my daughter's been learning to knit, and she may make an appearance on here. She may not. She really wants to, but she's very much at the beginning, and we're just about to cast on a shawl for her to do a shawl. So, there's that. But let me show you my whips. So, I've got a sewing whip, and I've got knitting whips. Crochet whips are not getting shown, like I said. So I don't know if I've shown this before, and I don't know if it was just on Instagram, but I've not shown it on here. But I made a Luna hair. How lovely is she? I've got a Luna hair with floppy ears. I'll maybe spray some starch onto that to see if they'll stay up. But as you can see, she's not finished now. She is all finished. Like I've sewn all the bits. I'm sure I've sewn the arms. If I haven't, I'm sure I have, but if I haven't, then they will be getting done next. I've got all the wee bits and pieces here for her wait, I'll show you. Because these are still technically whips as well, aren't they? So I got all the stuff from the shop in the Lake District from the actual person who created it. And she gets kept in her own wee Luna bag. Wait to move that. Is it cool crafting? So she gets kept in because, yes, I am that person that likes to have a bag and keep the bits in it. So this is Luna. I bought all the kit from the shop. This was material that I had, so it's not anything fancy. It's just bits of material that I had. And I have the pattern for this dress, and I have the fabric for it. Oh, so, and I've got the fabric for a coat. So that's the coat, and that's the fabric. So it's all kind of dusky pink, and all the wee bits and everything I need is in that. And the boots. So the first person that I actually saw doing this was Shutter Monkey. Shutter Monkey's not been on YouTube for a while. Actually, I'm going to message her and just make sure she's okay. And I really miss her video. She's a fellow Scot. She lives on the West Coast as well, but further down from me. And she has made all these wee animals, and she's so amazing at doing them. And I was like, I need to have them, because her video they were right at her background, and I loved it so much. And she's done smaller ones as well, and I need to ask her if she just done the pattern smaller, or does she buy them smaller? I need to know, because I want to make them all. So anyway, I'll finish Luna. I actually might do that today, to be honest. I'll finish Luna, and then get my sewing machine out at some point and get her clothes made, because I really want to finish her, because she's just amazing. I've got like the buttons for the eyes, and I've got all the long. I bought everything. I basically made sure that I had everything in first. I've made wee dots where her eyes are going to go. um, and I've made sure I had absolutely everything in first before I started making her. So I just hand sewed. Like, I know she was made to be hand sewed, and I know some people do it in the machine, but I was actually just quite happy sewing it by hand, to be honest. Really enjoyed it. So obviously I'll be making the clothes on the machine, but I'm just going to keep doing her by hand. She's just lovely, and then I'll get a wee stand for her to sit, and then she can be my background. I'm excited. Right, I'll just leave that line there now. So I'm excited to finish her. She's just so lovely. She feels lovely. She will not. This will be for ornamental only. Everything that I make, usually my wee granddaughter will play with. She didn't play with them so much as she's getting older, but I mean, she's only 3, but she acts like she's 10. So she's not getting to play with this one. But if she really likes it, I'll make her one. Right, so that's that. The other thing, this is quite fun, and I started doing this. Oh, thought that was going to wobble there. My dog's just walked in and right under the tripod. The other thing that I'm doing is a tea cozy. Right, hold on to see if I can. Hold on, to see if I can get a better picture. I don't think there was like a full picture of it, to be honest. Right. So I'm making an octopus. I'll do that so you don't see the pattern. I'm making an octopus tea cozy. How cool is that? And this is by Tea Cozy Folk. I got this on Ravelry, so I will link it below. She's got loads of other kind of things, but I must have seen somebody making this and sharing it, or unless I've saw it on Instagram, and I'm like, I need to get this. So all I've done is the kind of, I think this is the head. I think that's all I've done. But the colours that I've used is saffron and mustard, and these are just Stylecraft acrylic. So that's the only 2 colours, because I liked the colours that. Hold on again. This is. I like it when they have big pictures on the front. So that was the kind of colours that are matched. I'm using mustard. I think she was using saffron, but I literally just used what I had in stash, because now and again I'll just go onto the warehouse and I'll buy a load of different colours, and then that way I've got stuff in when the mood takes me. So this tea cozy will be finished within the next 5 years, I imagine. But I've got another one. Right, so Curly Top Makes and me and a few other folk decided, after we saw Millie from Tribe Yarns, that we were going to make the Polina Jumper Pullover. I'm a bit sinusy. Sorry if I sound weird or sound like I've got a cold. I don't. It's just sinus issues. I've had it for months. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, so the Polina Pullover, and it was all colourful. So I bought the yarn, bought all the colours, and I shared this wee clip from my last video on Instagram, so if you've seen it, oh my gosh, it was soul destroying. I was like, I'm just not, and I was trying to do it in the round, so I was knitting it in the round, and I having to cut all the colours, so I was carrying all the colours, so I was doing it in Cardigan, and then rather than like knitting it flat or crazy, I was then flipping it. I was trying all sorts of ways to do it, cutting all the colours, and then I was flipping it inside out and then purling it to bring all the yarn back. And I was trying all different ways, and then, do you know, I want to say Judy, is it Trudy? Oh, I'm so sorry. God, my brain is not braining the day. Anyway, so she messages me and she says, knit it flat, knit it flat. that's what I've done. It's worked. And I was like, right, I'm going to do it. And then I thought, I really don't want to do it. I'm over it now. I think because I'd done it and then ripped it out a few times and redone it, ripped it out, redone it. It was just, I was like, I'm over it. Completely over it. Done. Not doing it anymore. But I still want to do the jumper. So, and I'm keeping that in my gorgeous goddess bag. So this is a 9 Morgans for anyone who's very goddessy like I am. You will know who the 9 Morgans are. So this was from, oh my gosh, go on to my Mrs. Solstice Instagram. I'll link it below. And you'll see all the goddessy witchy things that I share and talk about and things. Avalon, can't remember. I'll share it, I'll link it below. But she's from Denmark and she was coming over to the UK. And I had said, oh, I love the bag. But she's like, look, I'm coming over to the UK, so I can post it from the UK. She was coming over to Glastonbury, not the festival. Glastonbury, the town where we all go. So that was fabulous. And she brought it over, so I was delighted. And she posted it up to me. But anyway, get back to this Polina jumper. Let me just get straight to it and show you. I had to use the needles, so I've got the wee stoppers on the wires, which is great. I think this is the first time I've ever used the stoppers, but I've got my needles back now that I've finished that other jumper. So this is my Polina. So I decided that I was just going to use a yarn that had all the different colours already on it. So a yarn cake, and I'll show you the one that I used in a minute. So this is the colours. We're actually moving into kind of purple now, although it's not really, it's still kind of showing up as brown, but believe me, it's a deep purple here. How gorgeous is that though? It's lovely, isn't it? It's really nice. So again, my favourite, Drops Charisma. Why do I always use that? I think it's just, I just like the feeling because it's not expensive and it's DK, and to knit a DK jumper using hand-dyed yarn, if I was dyeing it myself, it's fine because I'm buying it wholesale. So when I buy it, I buy tons of it in. Dye it myself, that's fine. But to buy it is really expensive, and it's not really in my budget to do that. So, and I'm not a yarn snob, but I love Drops Charisma and I've used it for loads. And this one here is acrylic. Yes, again, I'm not a yarn snob and I am happy to mix all the wool, all the acrylic, all the different yarn types. And I used Stylecraft and Dreamcatcher in Rainbow Dreams. And I've used this before on my Seascape jumper. So this is a leftover from that jumper, but I do have another one of these, so if I do run out, it's fine. I've got another one, but I may not need it, and I'll show you that why in a minute. So anyway, so this is Rainbow Dreams, Dreamcatcher yarn, and it's lovely and soft. It is 100%, no, it's not, it's 90% acrylic and 10% wool, and it's a DK, and it's super, super, super soft. It's lovely. It wears well. I knit in my Seascape jumper. I just done a bit across my shoulders, so I never done like the full pattern. And I did it with 3/4. Oh, I should show you again. I should actually get all my knits out and do a wee video and show all my knits. But it's lasted well. It's been in the wash machine. It's been hand washed. And I'll use a wee defuzzer on it. And it's lasted well, it washes up well, and it looks amazing, and I love it. So let me get the pattern out so that I can show you what wee changes I'm going to make, where the changes are I'm going to make. Right, so this is the Polina pattern, right? So up here is where I am doing the Dreamcatcher that you're seeing here, okay? And I'm going to copy Millie's bit on this because I loved it. So for the bottom bit, I am using, it's a kind of grey brown, and it's drops charisma, a grey brown and a blue. Now that's the colours that she used. Well, colour similar to that she used with hers when she done all the bright pink and bright yellow and bright blue and stuff. So she did this at the bottom, and it looks amazing. Go and check it out. Honestly, it's so nice, and I'm so jealous that I never got to like finish all of that. I wasn't sure if I was, my tummy's rumbling and everything, so if my mic picks up my tummy rumbling and my nasally things, I am so sorry. Um, I've also, this is one of my hand dyed DK yarns. It's just a kind of grey black. So I've popped that in the bag because I don't know if I will use that or not for anything. But I'm loving this. So now I can get back to this because I just really wanted to finish that Mia cardigan, get the Christmas jumper done, and just kind of finish the test knit. And now I've got no more commitments. This is why I don't really commit to test knits but that was a smaller item, so that was fine. I didn't mind because I just kind of have to do whatever mood I'm in. So this is it. So I might get back and do a few rows of this today, actually, now that it's downstairs, because it had been upstairs out the way. That's all the whips. I don't have lots of whips. I do have a couple of crochet whips, like I said, but that's it, because I cannot cope with having lots and lots of cast-ons, and I know some people love it, and I wish I was like that, but it gives me anxiety. It absolutely gives me anxiety, and I can't cope. I need to see the finished thing. Like, I knit for the finished thing. I knit for the enjoyment, obviously, but I knit for the finished thing, and I just can't cope with having too many things. It really gives me anxiety. So I'm going to, but there is a few things I want to knit. I want to knit, there's a couple of hats I want to knit. I want to knit some Faerie things as well, because I did myself a Faerie hat. I've got quite a small head, and I've done the large, and I don't know why I done the large. I think I measured and I thought, oh right, I'll do the large, but I never took into account, for some reason, if I just did the medium, then obviously it'll block out to fit me. But that's how Nina works sometimes. So there's a few things I want to do, but I'm going to show you some things that I have bought recently. Acquisitions. Let me show you. Right, I'll show you these first. So back in October, I went to the Glasgow School of Yarn. They got a deluxe ticket, and Graham came with me, and I thought he's going to be a nightmare, because if Graham doesn't want to be somewhere and he never wants to be anywhere near where I'm knitting, he makes it very clear and plain, and will not speak to anybody, and he's like a sulky big kid. No, it's terrible. I'm selling him up wrong. No, he's so lovely. But if he doesn't really want to be somewhere, he tends to just go very quiet, and he'd come just to make me happy. But he was fine, and he was very chatty. Oh my gosh, seriously, right? I can't take that man anywhere. He's such a flirt. The women always want to get the photographs taken with him. They take photographs of him. It's like going out with a celebrity. They want selfies with them, and it's the most funniest thing ever. And so it happened there as well, and people were taking selfies with him, because he's very Viking looking, right? Let's just say, but he has a very, very, very long beard, and it is well groomed. It's the most immaculately spotless beard I've ever seen in my life, and it is very, very, very well groomed, well oiled, well conditioned. He's baldy, so he takes care of the hair that he's got. And people were getting selfies with him. I find it funny. I just leave it with my in. But anyway, so that's that about Graham. But I bought some yarn. Now I went with the intention that I knew that I wasn't going to spend any more than a certain amount of money. I'm not going to say. But I didn't want to just buy yarn for the sake of buying yarn. I won't buy yarn that I can do myself unless I see a spectacular colour that I know I wouldn't think to do, I'll buy that. So I have bought things off people quite a few times because I like their colours. This time I went in with a bit of a different agenda. I thought, right, if I'm going to do anything, I'll probably knit another shawl, and I want it in kind of rustic wool colours. Let me just show you. So the first one I got was this. This is a 210 gram skein, and it's Latvian wool. So, oh, wee fly. I hate the wee flies. It's like, it's freezing outside. I put cinnamon in my plants, like true cinnamon. I've got sticky flower things in all my plants. Where are they coming from? Like, you've treated the, as we are off on a tangent, I've treated the soil, put all the stuff in it, and yet still they appear. Drives me bonkers. And I do have a lot of plants, but oh, it drives me nuts. Anyway, wool, lovely, lovely Latvian wool. I'll link her below. Go and check her out. I'm sure she will sell online, but she does do all the knitting shows. And this is amazing. I love the colour. It's kind of shown up, maybe a wee bit brighter. It's a bit duller than what's shown, but the colours are kind of true to form, just in a more muted version. And it's so gorgeous. And she had a couple of shawls knitted with it, with the same yarn, not the colour, but just the same yarn. And she says after a few washes, it just keeps softening up. But I knew I wanted one of these skeins anyway. I could have probably just stood there and just spent all the money buying all these, but I wanted to get a few things for different people. But I love her wool, and I'm definitely going to go back and get some more. So obviously I've not knitted with it yet, but I look forward to knitting it. So this is going to be a shawl. So to go with that, I also bought a couple of other things. So I bought this one. This is not, it's a different wool than what I would buy myself and dye. So this was from Nervous Fibre. Oh, they're so lovely. The two women that was on that stall were lovely. Chatting away to Graham about his beard. the they were just so nice, and there were so many colours, and I loved that. This one is called Brackish, and again, this showing up brighter than what it is. So just take that and mute it down a couple, and that's what it is, and it goes absolutely perfect with this. And this is 75% BFL and 25% mid brown Masham, and it's hand dyed in Glasgow. So obviously I've got to stick with my home girls, so lovely people, definitely going to buy more from Nervous Fibre. I think I'm going to become a big fan of hers. And this is Brackish. I'll show you this. I'll show you the back so that you can see it for yourself. And it's a beautiful colour, and it is very brackish. It is, it's like the bracken. It's like being out in the hills and up in the glens. And these are just the colours that you would see, especially for autumn, right? So to go with that, I went to Wool Decanted Vintage 23 and 4-ply. These are all 4-ply. I never knew Wool Decanted. I didn't know them. I don't know if I'm sure the company's called Wool Decanted. And this is a vintage 23 collection, because they had them in all kind of like, as if it was like bottles of wine, like that. The kind of boxes. It was actually really nice. Their set up, their table was lovely. So this is 100% British wool, and this is the reason why I bought it. Again, a delicious blend of wool fibres from Polworth, Romney, and Black Shetland sheep. And this is BFL, which is my favourite anyway, with mid brown Masham. So there's that other woolly blend, and then the Latvian wool. So this is going to make an amazing shawl. I have a shawl in mind, and it is going to be very Celtic. Oh, do you know what? I think I might just cast it on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cast. I've got a new cast on, and you're talking to you guys and give me some inspiration. So this is going for a Celtic shawl. Got the pattern. I'll show you in my next video because I know when I start it, I'm going to keep going. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for helping me there. I really, truly appreciate it. If you're in Scotland or Northern England or anywhere in England and you've never been to the Glasgow School of Yarn, you're missing out on a lovely, lovely, lovely day, a lovely weekend. There's other wool in here, and it's Shepia's wool. So this is Swedish wool, made in China. And Shepia's made in China. I think the brand though, I mean everything's either made in Turkey or made in China, isn't it? I mean, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I love Turkey wool. I'd love to go. I don't want to go ever to go to Turkey. I'm not really somewhere for going and travelling. But if I went to Turkey, it would be with empty suitcases to buy all the wool. Anyway, have you ever seen Amora? So I don't know who she's marrying. All I know is his name is Other Half. So if you ever watch, so Amora, I can't even remember her name. I'm so bad with names, guys. I'm so sorry. But I love watching her channel. She's so funny. She's for the Northeast. I don't think she lives in the Northeast, but she's for the Northeast, England. And her partner's called Other Half, and he's Turkish. Although hearing him speaking, I didn't actually realise he was Turkish, to be honest with you. It wasn't until she went on holiday. But anyway, she went over one of the last couple of videos ago. Just go and check out her channel. I'll link her below because she's so lovely and she's really fun to watch. And she went to Turkey and she was going through all the shops. Oh my gosh. I want to go to Turkey just to buy all the wool. So this is Shepia's, and this is for the hair out the book, you know, the animal book. I'll share it, right? So you'll see it in the next video because I might cast that on as well because I need cast-ons if I'm going to do these videos. Thank you to everyone who comes and watches my videos because I know I don't get a lot of views, but I actually don't mind, and I love the fact that people are interacting with me, and I've actually been gaining some new followers. So hi, thank you. I hope you've been enjoying the content. Right, so something else that I bought recently, I do have a blocking mat and I have blocking pins. Sorry, my sinuses are decided to kick off. It's so annoying, isn't it, for anyone that has any of these issues? So I started off the video, now I'm sounding like as if I'm loaded with a cold, and I'm not. I do apologise. So I decided to get some new pins because I just used like the wee T pins. And now I can't open it. Well, there we go. These ones are these Knit Pro. Are they Knit Pro? No, they're not Knit Pro. I thought they were. But anyway, that's it. And it's just these. I think I was going to get Knit Pro and then I seen these were purple and I thought, oh, I like purple. It's the goddess colour. So, yeah, I thought I would just try these because the pins really annoy me. I think the pins are fine if you're doing like shawls and stuff. But I think these will be better for garments. So I bought these. That counts as an acquisition, doesn't it? I've got other things I'll show you in a second. But so that was it. So I can't even remember. I got them off Amazon. Can't remember how much that. Don't have an affiliate link, so I'm not sharing that. So I should maybe think about that. So yeah, just Amazon. That was it. Most of you use these anyway. I'm just late to the party as usual. Right. So a couple of other acquisitions that I got was I love watching Gudrun Johnson. She's from Shetland. She lives in America, but she's from Shetland, and I love all the things. So she shared this book that I'm going to show you, and she'd made a hap shawl, and she'd bought the big, it's like a big square frame that, you know, to block it on. So I'm like, Graham, and he's like, yes, but he's not going to make it right now, probably next year for reasons that I'll explain near the time. But anyway, she shared this book and I was like, oh my gosh. So she was like, I think the books are about £100 if you try and buy them, them just selling them straight onto Amazon because that's what we do on Amazon for everything. And I couldn't I couldn't get one for under, I think it was like £96. And I thought, went on to World of Books, £6. I'll tell you a minute. I think I've left my receipt in here. Oh no, it's no, that's just a wee change of things. I got it for £6, it was the last one, £6 free. Oh no, was it? Oh no, maybe, hold on, it wasn't £6. Maybe it was £14 actually. I bought something else as well, it was £6. £14, of course, free delivery. I'm here for it. I love the harp shawls. Now, I do have a couple of patterns that I've bought from someone, and I can't remember who it is because I've never done the pattern. And it was basically a Shetland shawl. And it was like a harp shawl and then like a half one, like a smaller version, the 2-in-1 pattern. But I wanted this book because it's got lots of charts in it, and it's just got a wee bit of history. Look, there's like something of other bit, and that's what I love about the books. And this says, now this says, let me show you, review copy. So I'm thinking, oh, it's by Sharon Miller. I'm thinking, because it says review copy, I'm thinking that this was bought or given to someone when the book maybe first came out. So the book, it says 2006 on this, but that might have been a reprint. No, 2006, I think. And I'm looking to see if it maybe says like first edition or something, because I've done that. I bought something, sorry, my sinuses are really kicking in now. I'll wrap this video up because it's doing my head in. So I'm thinking because it has review copy on it, it was either in a shop and it was maybe just only used for people to look through before they bought it, or it was given to someone to review the book when it went on sale. So I don't know. So if you know, let me know. But there's some lovely things in it. Like, oh, it's a great book. And I haven't even looked through it yet. But another great book for Shetland. I'm such a fangirl of this person. And I just adore her so much. And of course, her daughter has the same name as me, although Nina is a shortened version for my real name, which I won't share on here. So, Alison Rendo, I am such a fangirl, as you probably know. I have lots of your patterns, and of course I had to get the book. The book has not been signed. I pre-ordered it and it's not a signed one, so whenever I see her somewhere, I'm definitely getting her to sign it for sure. It's got lots about Shetland tradition, Shetland, all the different types of wool, all the different types of sheep. You know, a wee bit about traditional Shetland knitting, traditional Faerie, photographs of her when she was a child, with Faerie, photographs of her gran, her great gran, like loads of history in it. And I've read some of it, and it's just such a fabulous, fabulous book. And it kind of basically starts where you've got a small project. If you've never done Faerie before and you really wanted it Faerie, you'll get this book. Because there's like a small project, then you kind of work up like hat, mitts, socks, and then like a garment kind of thing. So it's like that. There's not like tons of patterns in it, but it's definitely a progression. And whether I have the patterns that's already in this book or not, I would have still bought the book because it's Alison, and I like to support Alison, and I love all her patterns. I've knitted loads, and I plan on doing some things out the book as well. So, guys, that's me. That's all I'm putting out. I don't know how entertaining my video have been today or not, because I wanted to keep it short. It's not short. I do apologise. I said that at the beginning, and I should never say that. But I really enjoyed coming back on here today, and hopefully I will see you all soon. So take care. If I'm not back on before Christmas, have a lovely Christmas and an amazing New Year. And I hope Santa's really good to you all. And if not, make sure you leave it a run for Krampus. Bye.